Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I smile, sometimes I frown. You're playing love games, they drive me wild. My emotions go round and round. Oh, 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 These are the love games. Hey, these are the love games. Hey, these are the love games.
As agreed by the Zambian government, we did know that having many sexual partners, among other things, is the greatest reason why Zambians continue to get HIV. So our challenge was, how can we find a new way of taking the HIV prevention message to the Zambians? And so we came with this fantastic idea of the TV series, Love Games.
Love Games is a 26-part drama series that falls under the Safe Love campaign. Safe Love is an HIV mass media prevention campaign that has multiple products and is being implemented in Zambia by USAID's Communication Support for Health.
So the National AIDS Council decided that there was a need to focus on prevention as a major focus for the epidemic control. Prevention is important because we have to continue educating individuals and also preventing the transmission of HIV. And currently we decided to choose three main drivers of the epidemic. We want to ensure that people consistently use condoms to prevent HIV transmission through sexual contact. The other modality we want to use is to prevent multiple concurrent sexual partnerships. Again, about 71% of the epidemic is spread through this method. Another transmission factor is the issue of mother-to-child transmission.
The unique thing about this series is that we want to take this message to people so that when you're sitting in your living room, you can actually look at the drama series and identify yourself with the characters, and then you can look at it and say, have I done that? Has my friend done that? And then it makes you think and say, wow, maybe I should do something about it.
And within this group of target audience, we find all sorts of people. Those who are working, the school going, the college going, and we find also business entities and those that are also in the limelight in terms of music. They are all in this age group and this audience.
The goal of the production was not only to tell a powerful, compelling story, but to produce something with high quality production values as well. We did this by bringing together young creatives who are passionate about the TV industry and coupling them with more seasoned veterans who've been in TV for a while. We also brought in professional foreign crew who have worked in more established TV industries to help build and develop our local TV production capabilities.
I think this series brings back the issue of love relationships in the time of HIV back into the forefront of our lives. It sort of holds a mirror to society to reflect the issues that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. The story revolves around the sexual relationships and love relationships and interests of these 5 women who are either related through blood or through friendship.
How did it go?
And then you have a sub-character of a younger girl who's really on the threshold of adulthood.
Tajen is a photographer. She studied fashion and she wants to prove to her parents, even Zambia as a whole, that you can study fashion, you can go away and come home and still try to adapt the way you are from abroad to the Zambian way of life. She believes that women should be free to make their own decisions, especially when it comes to relationships. She believes women should be free with themselves and their sexuality. As long as it's safe sex, she doesn't really have a problem with women having more than one sexual partner. She believes in the use of condoms. She believes women can carry their own condoms without being condemned or called names.
Dinner? But I can't do that. I mean, my husband wouldn't be...
Tamara, separate your marriage from work. We hired you, not your marriage.
I'm playing Tamara Hamonga, who works in a bank, and she's very God-fearing, very respectable person, and she's a family woman. She's got 3 children. But her husband is really into, I would call him not really a responsible man.
And try and build what I liked in America back here in Zambia.
No, seriously. Why did you come back?
The character is a gentleman named Chuia. Now, Chuia just came back from the United States of America. He's a really young, ambitious guy. He saw what was happening in the US, and then he believed he could try and do the same thing back here in Zambia. So he's had his fair share of playing and stuff, so he just wants to settle down when he gets here. Yeah, so he sees a woman who happens to be older, but him being the ambitious person that he is, he actually goes for her.
That boy reads like a cheap romantic novel. I just want to crush every romantic bone in his body. Just crush them.
You see, the thing about Wamba is that she's got so many different faces. You can't really pinpoint it to one scene. She's got such fantastic scenes, and I think the easiest thing is that most of them are really happy scenes. When you see the build of the relationship between her and this young man as well, even the transition from what she was and how she kind of embraces this new aspect of her life, you know. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. I can't just pin it to one particular scene, unfortunately.
How's your wife?
She's fine. We're just not together at the moment, but she's fine.
Really?
In this film, I'm playing a role called David Skazwe. And David is a guy who's just trying to be on the straight and narrow. He's had his fair share of fallings, and now he's trying to be straight up. Right now, he's on separation from his wife because of a few happenings in the past, and he's trying to get his wife back. Yeah, but as usual, you get to meet the old flames, and they get to make you trip again.
Brand new.
Yeah.
David, we're in public. So what? Huh? I'm only kissing my beautiful wife.
Mimi plays a girl at campus, at a university. She's a very intelligent girl. She was born and raised in Kalingalinga, which is one of our high-density areas in Zambia. And she was focused. She was very intelligent. She got a scholarship to go to the university. And so she made it, but obviously she got to the university and she found a different lifestyle from what she's known in Kalingalinga. You know, girls dress a certain way and they have certain types of hair and the like. So she had to start finding ways to get those things. Fortunately for her, she got a job at an advertising agency while on campus. Yeah, she thinks she's playing the game, basically. You know, she has these men under wrap. She feels like she can use her physical beauty to get what she wants, and she doesn't fall in love. She doesn't do it because she loves them. She does it because she can, and she feels empowered by it.
How can you pass? Can I have a colo with some fufu rice? They say the wisdom of a child begins with a bite of. Don't stand there looking at me like Christmas she got. You better give me. On your mark. Get set. Go and get. And never regret.
I'm playing a character called Sachi, and Sachi is a guy who was who believed in a polygamous kind of arrangement. He had a side banja, as normally is put, and from that he had a child because his wife couldn't have a child.
So he had a child and in the process contracted HIV and is talking to this young man, Charlie. Is younger than he is, but they used to hang out together. And he's sort of regretting having let this young boy live the kind of life that he's led. Now in this scene, this is where he's come to talk about his marriage, because he's getting married. And Sach knows his background. He knows what he has been up to. And I think the character comes out because he's putting himself in this boy's place. And he's asking him, have you been for an HIV test?
Charlie, HIV cannot succeed if you and I do whatever is necessary to stop the spread.
I'm playing Charlie Lucky Mumba. That's his name. And he's known to be a Casanova who's, in this series, he's trying to change his ways because he's finally met his match, somebody that he feels this could be the one that he wants to marry. You know, so, but he's also got a weakness for beautiful women. You know, so this is the struggle that he's going through while he's trying to get married. Yes.
Hey, baby.
Hey. Wow. Breakfast in bed.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing Carol, a 25-year-old who's achieved education. She's an administrative officer. And she's at a point in her life where she's ready to get married and settle down. So she's focused on her fiancé, Charlie Lucky. And she's hoping to get married and settle down and have a family with this guy. Spend the rest of their lives together.
It's a close-up to market on Challenge, Chuia.
Frames. Stand by, stand by.
The consumer now, with so much choice above, also wants quality. They want good sound. They want good picture. They want to feel proud of a production that is Zambian, that can compete with South African, Zimbabwean, or Kenyan production. So we looked at everything. We looked at the picture quality. We looked at the sound quality. We looked at dynamic movement within the story, you know, telling the story, bringing the story to life through dynamic shots, you know, things that would be interesting, capturing movement, people walking, crowds, how best could we do that? I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it's not just about a fancy camera, it's not about good sound equipment, but it's about a good product.
Media 365 believes in skills transference, so we had interns work on the production. One of the things we wanted to do with this project was to give young people an opportunity to work in TV.
You treat the whole project as an exercise, okay? As, you know, an apprentice thing for them, so that at the end of the day, the knowledge they will gather, okay? Technical or otherwise, they can always apply, you know, to other projects later. Where is the film school? Right there on the set. For each of those episodes you're working on that day, okay, on that week or for a few days, it's a platform for learning.
Roll camera. Rolling. Mark.
Row 1, 12,
In the beehive, you have the queen bee and you have the honey, but all the bees come together and contribute to make that hive a success. And I think our cast, our crew, my gratitude and thanks is extended to them, as well as the people who are not necessarily part of crew or cast, but have helped put this production together. The locations we've had to use. So it's been the goodwill of the people who have allowed us to film at their houses, who have allowed us to film at their offices, who have allowed us the use of their cars, the use of their clothes, things like that. Where we were short on budget Where we could pay. Where we couldn't, we said please, and they have come through. And I think with that attitude, with that spirit, the sky's the limit for anything that we want to do in Zambia, because it means that we're working together for a common cause. And I think that's exactly what we need to do on a micro scale, within our homes, within our communities, and at a larger scale, even in the nation, for any of the myriad challenges that we find ourselves with as a developing country.
We'd also like to thank the funders behind this project, the Ministry of Health, National AIDS Council, Communication Support for Health, USAID, and PEPFAR for believing in us to do this project and giving all the people involved in this production the opportunity to be part of something so big and something we believe will really be a milestone in Zambian TV production.
As the National AIDS Council, we're very pleased with this work that we have with our partners. We want to continue this partnership and continue to upscale prevention efforts in the efforts to try and mitigate against the impacts of the epidemic, but also to have an HIV-free generation. And hopefully by 2015, we'll have achieved some of the goals that we've set ourselves.
You see, this whole project is so exciting. It's got so many variances. It's got so many shades, and contrasts, and colors. It's like a rainbow.
You should see it. It's not only about messages, health, and so on. It's about drama. It's entertaining. There is infidelity. There is all sorts of cheating. And it's all up to you to finally make a decision. You should watch it.
It's a really powerful storyline. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's sad at points, obviously, but I think it's reflecting reality.
Love Games is part of the Safe Love campaign brought to you by the Ministry of Health and National AIDS Council with support from USAID and its CSH project through PEPFAR.